Tonight's story is not just about lighting a lamp. This is about lighting up a fault line between faith, the judiciary and the state. What began on December 4th as devotees being stopped from lighting the Deepathoon spiraled into clashes with the police, detentions on the streets, and a political storm that has refused to die. The Madras High Court was categorical. You cannot curb one faith in the name of harmony. Yet the Stalin government chose confrontation, moving the Supreme Court for an urgent hearing, only to be turned away. Then came a move unprecedented in its brazenness. India Bloc MPs seeking impeachment of a sitting High Court judge, not over corruption, not over misconduct, but over a judicial order that protected religious practice. Fast forward to today, viewers, and the Madras High Court has upheld its position and allowed the lighting of the Deepan, viewers, on the sacred hill. The message from the bench is unambiguous. No proof in scriptures against the Deepam. The Deepathoon on Devasthanam temple land. And because it is on temple land and not disputed land, Hindus have every right to light that Deepam, to celebrate their faith. No peace is breached unless the state's role is one of sponsorship. Because the DMK government said that if the Hindus were to go and light this Deepam on top of this hill, where there is also a claim being made by the Waqf board, there will be tension. And the High Court has come out today upholding its previous judgment, saying that the state should not stoop for political goals. That the peace threat by government is being invoked for its own convenience. And what is that convenience, viewers? It is to block Hindus from carrying out their basic right of worship. The court has also come out and said that this attempt at stopping Hindus is a bit to pit two communities against each other. And viewers, it's a missed chance to bridge the communal gap. The other very important point that was made, viewers, and the DMK government needs to hear this, is that the court has come out and said that the Waqf claim on the Deepathoon is mischievous and the government is responsible for public peace, and let there be light, not fight. So viewers, now Hindus can go up to the Deepathoon and light the lamp of Astha, which they have been denied. But even though the signal from the court is clear, the message from politics, however, is anything but. The DMK government is still defiant. The DMK government that is supported by the Congress, it has come out and said it's going to move the Supreme Court. Yes, the Stalin government will challenge the verdict in the Supreme Court. It is reiterating concerns over law and order, viewers, which is a state subject, and it just refuses to accept responsibility for facilitating the basic rights of the Hindu community. It accuses the petitioners of deflecting from local traditions, accuses devotees trying to create communal tensions, emphasizes the need for judiciary to respect the state's powers, claims that the flame of equality by Periyar will shine on, and that they are going to continue to stop the Hindus. The BJP is calling this an insult to Sanatan Dharma, an attack on the judiciary, and the proof of what it says is DMK's entrenched anti-Hindu mindset. So viewers, a whole lot of charges have been issued by the BJP against the Stalin government. But the DMK continues to insist this is about governance, not faith. So if it was about governance, viewers, and it is about governance, then why is the DMK not implementing the order now of the High Court bench? Okay, you might have had a problem with the earlier order, saying that it was one judge, prejudice, this, that, the other. You even move an impeachment motion against that judge. You go up in appeal. Your appeal is rejected by a higher bench, larger bench of the same High Court. The High Court is saying, please implement our order. You must uphold the right of the Hindu community to worship. And yet the DMK insists that this is about governance and not faith, and therefore they're going to go up in appeal in the Supreme Court. So tonight we ask the big questions. Is that impeachment motion, was it a political weapon against an inconvenient judgment? Has the High Court in effect called out ideological bias? In fact, I will be a little more categoric. Has the High Court overruled the India bloc's Hindu phobia? And does this verdict expose appeasement politics colliding with the rule of law? Viewers, this is a very simple case. And the case, I'm going to quickly help you understand. This case is very simple. This case is really about Hindus who want to go up to a specific place above a temple which is considered sacred, on a hill which is considered sacred, and light a Deepathoon, which is a pillar that hosts a lamp. Because there is an age-old tradition of doing this. 100 years ago, this tradition was put to an end by the British. And subsequent governments, viewers, have continued to uphold this tradition, and the Hindus are saying why? And the state and the governments are saying, oh, because there is a Waqf property right up on top. There's a dargah. And the people of that dargah have a problem. Because the stone pillar is close to this particular dargah, and if we allow Hindus to come and do their thing, there's going to be violence. And viewers, this particular plea of the community is being taken to heart by the state in complete abnegation of the rights of Hindus. So Hindus cannot go and execute what is an intrinsic part of their culture and heritage. So the Hindus did what they know best, which is to peacefully move the courts, and they have got favorable judgments. Even then, the DMK government refuses, and hence I asked all those questions. So let's open them up, viewers, for debate, because we need to get clarity. And I want to first begin with M.R. Venkatesh, who was a lawyer for the petitioners. So we get a sense really of the matter, what actually is transpired in court today. Mr. M.R. Venkatesh, break it down for our viewers, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to all your viewers, your well-wishers, the large, peaceful sections of the Indian population which stood by us. And it is the combined blessings that we got it through with the Madras High Court. And today, as the court started at 10:30, the verdict was delivered by the two-member bench of the Madras High Court, Madurai bench, of Justice Jayachandran and Justice Ramakrishnan. And the orders were reserved somewhere in the month of December, 17th or 18th. And after 15 days, against very, shall I say, tense waiting, we were very pleasantly surprised when the media reported that the judgment will come today. Coming to the main issue, what you have raised, Rahul, is a phenomenal point, that the DMK, which has DMK which in its DNA has a pathological hatred to the Hindus, and believes that Hindus are to be made second-class citizens in this country, in this state, must not have any cultural moorings, should not have anything relating to do with the Hindu practices, traditions, civilizational ethos, and have ruined this state by trying to say that there is nothing called Hinduism. The Deputy Chief Minister is on record to say that he will eradicate Hindu Dharma. And we have so many jibes and so many mouthfuls hurled at every single Hindu every day. It may be that we are living in Saudi Arabia as a minority. It may be that we are living in Bangladesh as a minority, not in the Republic of India as free citizens. That is the torture, that is the torment every Hindu, practicing Hindu undergoes. You have the tika on your head, people come and lampoon you. have any Hindu symbols, that is being lampooned. Temples are being, looted. And you see, why should the DMK go to the Supreme Court? You know why? Of all the reasons that they will say, the lawyers will be paid handsomely by the temples and the government of this state, of whom we paid taxes and we paid hundi kanikais, and they will be paying handsome fees to these lawyers, the DMK lawyers, for defending a non-existent case in the Supreme Court. And that is how this ecosystem has been fed. And this is how this ecosystem has been thriving for 30, 40 years. But let me tell you, Deepathoon is a turning point in Tamil Nadu's political history. It is a huge moment, watershed moment. I can see the man on the street getting so excited. And believe it or not, a man burnt himself alive a couple of weeks ago on this issue, saying that he wanted justice. And that is the level to which Deepathoon, Thiruparankundram has reached every Tamil. And I am sure that in the coming days, I'm not into the politics of it. Forget the politics of it. The very cultural fabric of this state, which is so pious, so peaceful, will find its moorings at its traditional Hindu way of life.
So let me open this up and let me bring in Mr. S. Balan, who's the leader of the left parties. Mr. Balan, I have to ask you this. Now that the High Court bench, larger bench, has ruled in the favor of the Hindu community and has also passed certain comments which are negative nature against the DMK, will the India bloc parties that are part of this government now accept that perhaps they have indulged in discrimination against Hindu society, in specific in this case the Hindu devotees, by blocking their right to worship? Very simple question today, sir.
See, Hindu is different from Hindutva. Hindutva forces wanted to convert Madurai as Ayodhya, which means violence. Before going to that, please allow me to make my point very clear. See, there are about 5 judgments on the same issue. Way back 1923, Rama Iyer passed a judgment in the civil court. And the same argument then that was rejected by the civil court, that was challenged before the High Court. Then it was taken before the Privy Council. And that Deepathoon is not a Deepathoon, it is a survey stone or a granite stone. That was the verdict. There are in all 5 judgments. There is a 3-bench judgment. Nizar Banu, Srimati, and Vijay Kumar. See, this 3-bench decision, they said it should be taken before the civil court. Civil court has the jurisdiction. Why should the single bench violate Article 141? See, it is also res judicata. There is a judgment, 5 different judgments. Why Mr. Swaminathan violated it? Now this division bench. This division bench also violated the res judicata, violated Article 141 of the Constitution of India. See, the petitioner council is laughing because he is stepping into the shoe of a petitioner who is a communal person. And Deepathoon, where is that? It is a false narrative.
Okay.
The petitioner council may not be Hindu. He must be a Hindutva.
Mr.
He is a
Balan.
violent person. Why
Mr.
should
Balan.
he laugh? Am I joking?
Okay, one second. Mr. Balan, one second.
To be very frank, you are joking.
And he uses intemperate language.
Okay, one second, Mr. Balan.
I am speaking the law.
One second, Mr. Balan. One second,
Yes,
one
sir.
second.
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yes, sir.
saying, Mr. Balan, are you saying that the High Court, so you had a problem with the previous judge and you decided to move an impeachment motion. Now you have 2 more judges, Mr. Iyer Mitra. Before I bring in Sanju Verma, I just want you to explain to me what is going on here. Now you have 2 more judges who have upheld the judgment of the judge that they wanted to impeach. So now you have 3 judges. Are all 3 judges? No, 1 second,
Can I
Mr.
come?
Balan. No, 1 second.
Yes.
No, you don't have to
Yes.
come anywhere. Just stay with
Yes.
me. Just stay with
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
go anywhere. Don't have to. Yeah, just 1 minute. I have asked the question
Yes.
of Mr. Iyer Mitra because you have made certain points. Now, viewers, let me tell you. You have the right to legal recourse and remedy by moving up the chain of courts. So DMK went to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court said nothing doing. You go back to the High Court, get this matter resolved in front of a bench, and then come to us if you're still unsatisfied, which is okay, you can do that. But Mr. Iyer Mitra, can you explain where Mr. Balan is coming from? Because he said this is Hindutva that is at play here, as if the judges are part of some Sangh organization. Even if they are, what's the problem? As long as they're applying the law with absolute fidelity to the law of the lands and constitutional
second.
practice. And
One
secondly,
second.
Rahul,
yes,
One
please
second,
explain.
one
second.
And then he
Rahul,
said
I
violence.
don't know.
The Hindus have
You have
submitted
put a
themselves to
question.
the court.
1 second.
Yes.
Mr. Swaminathan, Justice
Am I talking or is he
Swaminathan,
talking?
often seen
It
in
doesn't
RSS
matter, sir.
meetings.
It doesn't
RSS
matter.
meetings.
It doesn't
He
matter.
speaks.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
no, constitutionally
It
he's
doesn't
not
matter, sir. It
supposed
doesn't.
to.
There's no law,
He has
sir, that
taken
forbids
both
anybody.
on
So please don't make
constitution.
this about.
He should
Okay.
uphold.
You should uphold this, he should uphold this. That means today, viewers, jurisprudence in this country is going to be decided by your religion and your beliefs.
It's not above law.
My God. I mean, tomorrow people
have a
will
very
turn around and
simple
say that
question
that
for
particular
Mr.
judge
Balan.
belonged to the minority community, so we
Justice
reject this judgment.
Swaminathan should be impeached.
I have
Look
a
at
very
this.
simple
He
question
has
for.
no right to continue as a judge. Let him do politics,
talk?
not in the court.
There you go.
He
Viewers,
should obey the
this
constitution.
mentality, I am
His
telling you,
judgment
reeks
violates
of
Article
arrogance.
141.
Yes, Mr. Mitra, go ahead.
You see, I want Mr. Balan to tell us if he supports Mr. Xi Jinping bulldozing all the mosques in China.
Why you compare to China? This is
See, now why you compare to China?
What
That
is
is
the
your
narrative?
party, no? That is your party,
I am an
no?
Indian. I am in Bangalore.
No,
I
no,
have
what
nothing
You're
to
an
do
party
with
Indian.
China.
You're an
No,
Indian.
no, what
I didn't
is
know
your
that.
party's name?
I am an Indian. I live.
No,
I
no,
am
what
a
is your party's
patriot.
name?
I work for
What
the
is your
nation.
party's name?
I am a honest lawyer.
So then you should have no problem condemning Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party.
No. You do. Why you bring China here? It is Thiruparankundram.
Why is
jump
it
to
hurting you
China?
so much to condemn the
Then
Chinese
you will
Communist
jump to
Party?
Russia. I am not a Russian.
Are they
I am not a
controlling you? Are they
statesman.
giving you money?
What type of question is this, Mr.
Then why don't you condemn them?
IPCS? What is this?
Then why don't you condemn them?
Then I have
You see,
to...
sir, he is drawing a straight analogy between your ideology and your expression. So if you are saying that the judge, because he's seen in the company of BJP people, is biased, then, sir, you being part of the left organizations, left parties,
I am.
must be
Yes,
very
I
close
am.
to China.
Anyway.
You must be
No,
very
why-
close
how-
to China, so he's asking
Let
you
me
take a
proceed with my
position.
argument, Rahul.
How China
I don't know.
This is
Credit
the
is
danger,
pretty-
viewers, of putting identity first everywhere.
No,
Upper
what
caste,
identity?
lower caste, this, that, the other.
That
This
is what
country is
you
being
say.
led by people
Sanatana
like
means
Mr.
that.
Balan, who are reducing
Sanatana
everything
means upper
to
caste and
identity
lower caste.
politics and drawing fault lines in
Sanatana
society, and that's why we are having
means
these
upper
problems.
caste,
Yes,
lower caste.
1 second, Mr. Yes. Mr. Balan, don't speak over other people. Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Iyer, let him make
Thank
a point.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
So now you see what has happened is there is this there is a publication called the Mao Zedong of Mount Road. It's also called the Hindu. There is a piece there today where there is an interview with Miss Romila Thapar who talks about WhatsApp University. WhatsApp University was in fact invented by Miss Romila Thapar and the leftists, because what happens is they will tell you, oh, for 100 years there has been no tradition of lighting the lamp. It is an old 1,200-year-old Pandya, 1,800-year-old Pandya temple. There has been have you seen any temple that does not light a lamp? I want you to find one temple that does not light a lamp. Every Hindu temple, it is core ritual, it is core practice to light a lamp. They want you to believe that the Pandyas built a temple where the lamp was not lit. And they will only bring in the last 100 years. Why in the last 100 years, through coercion, they stopped the lighting of the lamp. Second, they also want you to deny property rights. Who does the apex of that mountain belong to? It belongs to the temple. The temple is situated out there. They want to light a lamp on their territory. No, apparently because it can be seen by the dargah, which is some 200-300 feet below it, you should not light the lamp out there. Imagine, apparently their sonic waves from their muezzin is not meant to affect me, but the light waves coming from my lighting a lamp affects their religious practice. Have you ever heard of such nonsense in your life, Rahul? But this is characteristic of the DMK. The communists, of course, believe in one thing when they're in power and another thing out of power. So the communists, nobody ever takes them
So let me tell you something. This is very interesting, and I want to bring in Ms. Verma of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, you see, viewers, India bloc, Ms. Verma, please pay attention because I'm going to make a point here. It's an important one in the context of this debate. And I want to just bring out how they are selective depending on identity. So, the Waqf board emphasized something called right of user, which is that if you have been using a particular place, it devolves into a place where you can recognize a claim of the Waqf just because you have been worshipping at that spot. Now, the Hindu community, viewers, says we need to exercise our right of use. And the same DMK government says, no, nothing doing. So for Muslims, they're ready to uphold the right of the user, which the new Waqf law has struck down. While on the other side, they say, viewers, that no, you have no right of user. What does this tell you? It tells you that there is appeasement politics going on. And therefore, the BJP tonight is going to question. And I'm going to get Mr. Pulla Rao to respond. Yes, Sanju Verma, you have made a charge, your party is making an appeasement charge. Can you explain and illustrate that, please?
You know, first and foremost, congratulations to M.R. Venkatesh, and I think congratulations to every proud practicing Hindu. And I think there are some of us here on the panel who will subscribe to that ideology, and there are others who will differentiate between Hindutva and Hinduism and try and confuse your audience, but your audience is smarter than that. You know, before coming to your question, Rahul, and I'll come to it in a bit, I just want to tell Mr. Balan, he kept repeating, oh, you know, Hindutva is a violent ideology. Hindutva is a violent ideology. Sir, let me educate you and don't interject me. Your communist ideology till date has killed more than 153 million people globally, from the Gulag concentration camps to the Antifa in the United States of America, to Ethiopia's Red Terror, to the Shining Path in Peru, to the propaganda machinery in the Soviet Union, to the so-called Great Leap under Mao Zedong, which killed 55 million people, to the Red Army in West Germany. The communists have not covered themselves in glory. Rahul, what kind of a debate is this? Why is this man giving background music? I was very courteous to him. Can you please show some decency and shut up?
I'm going to lower your fader, Mr. Balan. It's not fair. You can attack everybody, but you can't take criticism.
I didn't attack. She's personally
What do you think you were saying when you were talking about Hindutva and painting it in violent colors?
But you should
Let's lower his fader, please. Mr. Balan, it's not right. Please have the courtesy.
Thank you. You know, so I don't want to get into statistical debate here. We all know, like I said, more than 153 million people have been killed by the violent communist/leftist ideology. And don't compare apples with watermelons by saying Hindutva versus Hinduism and blah, blah, blah. I'm not interested in that. I just want to say one thing very, very categorically, that right from 1921, the sub-court said it, 1923, the sub-court said it, 1931, the Privy Council said it, 1996, when Karunanidhi, the father of M.K. Stalin, was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the Madras High Court said it, and subsequent judgments in 2004, 2011, 2017, and now 2025, they have all said one thing which was very common to all these judgments, which M.R. Venkatesh will endorse, I'm sure. They all said that the prerogative to decide where the Deepam should be lit lies solely with the temple administration and temple authorities, and this is also endorsed by the HRCE Act of 1959 and the revised HRCE Act of 1986. And the second point which I want to, put out here is that the Subramaniam temple, which is at the epicenter of this entire controversy, was built in 6th century by the Pandya kings. And when did the Dargah come? The Dargah came centuries later in the 17th century. Don't forget that. It was the magnanimity of the Subramanya Swami temple authorities that they allowed the Dargah on the same premises. The third point, judgments from pre-independence era till now have said that the entire 172-acre hillock belongs to the Subramanyam Swami temple, and so does the stone pillar on which the Deepam should be lit. The fourth point, this is the same cabal, including Mr. Balan, with no offense to you. You know, when it is about Waqf, you throw the Article 25 at us, saying Article 25 says freedom to profess, practice and propagate the religion of your choice. You forget about Article 25 when it comes to the rights of minorities. The sixth point I want to make is this. The two richest temples in India, the Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala and the Meenakshi, Madurai and Rangaswamy temples in Tamil Nadu. Together they have assets of more than 4.5 lakh crore. I was surprised to find this when I did homework before coming to your show.
Right.
And guess what? Most of this money is appropriated by the DMK and leftist governments. And out of the 36,000 temples in Tamil Nadu, 76% don't have money to even do puja twice a day.
Okay,
the
so I mean
Pandits
that's a...
are not even paid 3,000 rupees a month.
Okay, that's a separate issue, but a vital one, and we can always have a separate debate on that. In fact, I would believe that the time has come to strike down the HRNC Act. But that's a separate issue. Now, Mr. Pulla Rao, let me come to you. Does this verdict prove that appeasement is above the rule of law for India bloc? Because the court has said that if you apprehend in the application of the law violence, it is your duty to control it, to enforce the law. Tomorrow, if you set an ugly precedent, people will threaten violence and say if you apply this law, there will be violence and the state will back off. What kind of administration and governance is this?
See, if you allow this kind of judicial activism of any kind, any tinge, let it be given bail to somebody in the middle of the night, you know what will happen eventually? There are 1,200 High Court judges. If you like the judgment or you don't like the judgment, they can't be seen. They can't be giving such orders. Let them, whatever the order be, is different. When a certain judge gives an order of contrary thing and starts speaking, inciting people, it's very difficult. There have already been such instances. This is a very, very...
No, hang on. Mr. Pulla Rao, please explain.
Yes, definitely.
Please give me
you
examples.
Are praising a judge. Rahul, you
give
let
me
others
examples.
talk 28 minutes. You'll not let me talk 26
I'm
seconds.
not stopping you from
I'll
talking.
Keep
I'm saying just
I'll keep quiet.
substantiate.
You let each one talk as they like. I listen. Can't you give me 2 minutes?
I can,
That's
but
all.
I'm saying just substantiate
What are you
with
saying? You're
substantiate
saying,
with
let
examples.
Me finish my argument. I respect you. I'll keep quiet. I was watching. One gentleman gets 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes. It's just something. I expect a senior person like you to allow me 2-3 minutes. They're free to criticize me. I'm very happy. Okay, we face criticism because we're not on the side of this side or that side. You see, what you are doing, and I think my esteemed friends on this panel may agree, if this government is here, there's a certain kind of feeling away. Say the government changes. Say a different ideology comes. What happens? 1,200 judges. And just in another debate, Mr. MRV said that many judges have come from different political parties and they're hiding their identity. They'll come out in the open. I am not bothered what judgment he gave. There's a Supreme Court. Let them go to the Supreme Court. They may fail. But judges, you have to be a little cautious. The day is not far off. Maybe the collegium system is holding on to the judiciary. Maybe there are good points in that. Now I see. The day is not far off when political judges will be appointed. And it will be no different from what my friend Z's and Pink's judges are. There's something, I don't mind the judgment. I don't mind the judgment. The judges have right. Yesterday the Supreme Court gave an argument against what I believe, but they have the right. But the behavior, that is the problem. We have to understand that. They can't become
Mr. Pulla Rao. No, hang on. Mr. Pulla Rao, let me ask you a very specific question. Are you suggesting, and that's why I asked you for absolute examples, are you suggesting that the justices today are being led by their political ideology and less by the law? Is that what you're suggesting?
I won't suggest that, but it is going to happen if this continues.
What
They
continues?
they can't do this.
What
They have
continues?
to be very terse.
No, no, what
The judgment should
continues?
be terse. These are
Explain
not
what
political
continues.
judges.
Define what
Rahul,
continues.
See, the
Rahul,
US
Rahul,
appoints
this is an
judges by the
unpardonable-
president. They're political
my God.
appointments.
Unpardonable sin.
They're not.
Rahul, this is not
Look
done.
at this gentleman. Look at this
is not
gentleman,
done.
viewers.
This is, Mr. Rao, you are bordering. Let me give you a free advice. You are bordering on contempt of court. Let me tell you, if you want to take it, take it. Otherwise, leave it. But let me tell you, if you repeat it, I will be the first person tomorrow in the morning in the court showing this clip to their honorable judges and say, this is what Mr. Rao said. Please let me tell you, don't try to say something half.
Don't threaten him.
No, please don't threaten.
Please don't threaten him.
What do you mean, don't
It's
threaten
unfair
him?
on your part to threaten him.
I am not, I'm threatening you, sir.
You are in the
I'm
national television. Don't threaten
A
him.
big bore, yeah,
You are
Rahul.
a panelist.
What is this nonsense?
No,
Rahul?
no, no,
Get
this
a
is not
better
nonsense,
panel,
sir.
yeah. We are
This is
not
a
here
very
to be
serious
massacred by
accusation
XY or
that is
Z.
being made by an
Somebody
individual,
can't
and I
talk
just
over
want to
us.
make it very
Can't
clear
talk
that
over us.
CNN
What is
News
this
18,
nonsense?
one
Rahul,
second,
Rahul,
CNN
Rahul,
News
Rahul,
18
Rahul,
distances
contempt.
itself from this statement. If this gentleman is liable for contempt, we have not underwritten this statement. We are condemning this statement. It is not a statement that this channel will endorse. The gentleman has made this statement in full faculty. He is responsible. He has to take onus for his own statement. And this is not a good thing, viewers, that we are hearing tonight. We are now hearing individuals who are not questioning on the point of law, but are making insinuations. You wanted to impeach one particular justice. You move the higher bench of the same court. Two other justices pronounce in favor of the other justice.
See,
And viewers, we are going to allow this. This is intimidation of the judiciary and the malignment of its reputation. This is very serious.
Mr. Rao, please take back your words, even though there is time.
No, I'm not here in the business of making people repent and all that. It's up to him. If he wants to take this on,
What he wants to do, let him do.
He can do what he wants
What
to
is
do
it?
on his own.
Let him open
I'm
his
not
own
taking
can.
responsibility,
Let him
neither
open
is the
his can
channel.
of
I need to
worms.
move on, viewers, because nothing is going to come out of a debate where an individual begins by questioning the intent of the judges. You cannot have a debate after that. And the motivations of the judges. And the motives of the judges. I've never heard this. Not one firm argument has been proffered to try and combat the judgment on fact. So innuendo is being used, and that is a very dangerous slippery slope, viewers, and I'm not going to endorse that. I need to move on.